I keep falling in love with my best friends. How do I make this stop? I like to continue to have friends. Background: I am 19 and my friends are around the same age. We have been friends for at least 5 years. I noticed this recently. I get really comfortable with my best friends and hang out with him a lot, and then I slowly start to have feelings for him. I always wonder what he's doing, who he's with, how he's feeling, etc. I fantasize about him. It's like I enter into a trance where I become this obsessive and clingy friend and I start texting or calling him a lot more, asking really stupid questions pertaining to the above. The worst part is I am well aware of what I'm doing, but I don't know how to stop it. This has happened before and has drove my first best friend away. How do I stop falling in love and being so clingy? Note, I am gay guy, not a girl. I posted this on my ass Reddit, but didn't really get a good answer. So just for additional information, our OP here explained that by the time they wrote this post, they hadn't come out yet. So none of his friends knew that he was gay. And I think that what's happening to the OP is very simple. It is not that he just cannot stop falling in love with his best friends. What's happening is that he is confusing friendship with love because he hasn't been able to experience that kind of new connection. So every time he gets very close to someone and he realizes how much he enjoys spending time with this person or how much he wants to spend more time with that person, he is like, this must be love. Usually this is what happened with hopeless romantics, right? So every time they manage to create a strong bond with someone, they immediately think that it must be love. They do not know how to have close friendships because they are so desperate for love that every time there's a connection, they're gonna call it love. And sometimes that's not the case. So since our OP is so desperate for love and so desperate to have that experience of loving someone, he is developing these crushes with his friends. And then we need to remember how powerful our mind is. So if you're telling yourself you're in love, you're in love, you're in love, you're in love, you're going to convince yourself that you are in love. So in my opinion, what this OP needs to do is that he needs to expand his world and he needs to begin talking to other gay people and maybe even actually start developing these romantic relationships with others. He needs to start flirting. He needs to have someone who flirts back or like who shows him what it's like to talk to someone that has like a romantic interest in you and what it's like talking to a friend. Because there's a big difference in how you talk to someone who you see as a friend and how you talk to someone that you see as a romantic prospect. It's very different, the treatment that you give to those different people. So I think that it will be very beneficial for this OP if he can start experiencing how it's like to flirt and talk to someone who also sees him as an interest than just talking to a friend. And as time goes by, I think that OP would be able to, see those differences in his own life and he will be able to tell apart when he is just developing like a silly crush or he is just developing a strong bond with a friend and developing romantic feelings towards someone. So if you're finding yourself in the same situation as our OP, that would be my advice. Just open a dating app and start talking to people that also see you as someone they are interested in getting know to. And you will start seeing the difference between friendships and lovers.